Well, it is 10 o'clock p.m. and where in the world is everybody at? Maybe I should have kept that live stream going at 7 when I was testing it out. Hmm. Oh, well, this is an unusual situation, so I guess I'll just continue working till people pop in. Hmm. Hmm. Weird. Hmm. Hmm. What's up, Andrew? Where's everybody at there? That's kind of weird. What may have happened is that because I ran those test streams, that when I put it back up, it didn't give anyone any alerts and stuff. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Hmm. But I definitely don't need a cigar. Not the same as those nicotine pills, so. They gave you an error message? Hmm. Hang tight. That's odd.
Teva was born out of our need to do this. Today, it's a way of being, staying true to yourself while realizing.
Yeah, an error message. Weird. Guess I'll leave a message up. I gotta work anyway. I'm sure people will pop in eventually. Probably happened when I was doing all those tests. Hey, at least the stream's working. Doot doo. We shall put out a little message and see what pops in. No worries. I left. Yeah, I left a post on the stream itself here. Good coffee though. So what have you been up to lately? Well, since no one's here, I guess I'll get some work done till everyone pops in, I guess. Hey, Johnny, what's up? No, I'm definitely not gonna go back in wrestling. I wasn't actually too good at it. If I went back into wrestling, I would. I definitely wouldn't make much. That's for sure. And don't forget, I'm like 46, so it's kind of late to be starting a career anyway. So I tried and I failed at it. So no regrets. Got ramen, a new job opportunity. Well, as long as it pays better and it's a better position for you, that's definitely a good thing, Andrew. So just keep it up, man. That's what we always want to do. We always want to advance our careers into bigger things. That's very important. Although on the other hand, since everyone heard that I wasn't smoking or anything tonight, eh, oh well. I gotta stay up until, well, I set my alarm at 10 o'clock because I got 15 hours left. I gotta wait until all those last minute bids come in for my website being sold. So I'm actually expecting that to come in. So I'll see how much I get. I'll be glad to be finally rid of it, though. That's for sure. The site's been getting on my nerves. Yeah, I heard about Antonio Brown. He's getting in there a little late, actually. So I don't know. I don't know. But to be honest with you, I don't think he's playing just yet. Actually, I think they just showed some interest in him playing, but it's just gonna really all depend. But the USFL season is looking pretty good. I got high hopes for it. Oh, this here is a gin and tonic with naval strength alcohol. No good cigar because of pollen season. Fresh coffee. With a little bit of cinnamon in it there, my friend. A little bit. Yes, sir. course, old Big Lenny's dog died. Uh, Rest in peace, Ethel. There. Well, no, it's at notifications and then it's giving an error. So I put a message out on. I put a post out. So, well, I'm going to be working anyway. If no one pops in by 11 o'clock, I'll probably just call it a day early, I guess. So. But I'm sure people will pop in eventually knowing that, hey, Vinny Vin is live and ready. Yes, sir. Hey, Quick Pump, what's up? Not vaping anything, not smoking anything. Pollen is a little too high. Folks, let me explain. I started doing live streams in September. So you guys haven't had the opportunity until this point. I don't really smoke much during this time of the season. The reason being is because of all the high pollen. So I just keep it really low. So and now it's so high now that I'm just not going to smoke anything tonight. But no vaping. Got navel strength gin and tonic, and I got coffee, and of course me. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. Ugh. Must be the gin and tonic there. My bad. Yeah. Why'd I say dog for? Yeah. Yeah, Tina Turner passed away. She didn't take good care of her kidneys and her high blood pressure. And I think that by the time she got around to it, it was just too late. Take care of your kidneys. You only got two of them. Can 15 to 16 an hour give you a good apartment? It depends on where you live there, Protein Bra. I'm not it's going to really depend on the city and state you reside in. Now, if you're in New York, heck no. But if you're not able to afford an apartment, just move in with a couple roommates and you should be all right there, Protein Bra. Oh, Dallas. Yeah, you better get a roommate. Dallas is expensive. Yep, she was awesome. Anime was something. No, 15, 16 an hour won't buy you with a mobile home, Justin. You have to put a down payment, on it. You usually have to put like 10%, 10 to 15% down if you were going to buy a mobile home, which really it's going to be if you buy something that's 80,000, then you would have to put down. You wouldn't have to put down 8,000, but you would have to put down some amount. I think everything's taken. I think everything's taken from revenue now, JC. Revenue's awful right now on YouTube. That's why people are leaving for Facebook and other places. You're gonna be just fine there, Protein Bra. Like I said, just look in the paper. I mean, there's always going to be people in the paper that's looking for roommates here. So you should be able to you should be able to shack up with a roommate or just hang out with some friends for a little bit. But I'm sure you're not going to have to sleep out on the street or anything. Gonna buy a truck and trailer with separation money? I would think that very clearly. They're gonna start cracking down on things like staying out in Walmart and stuff, and so just think that out very carefully. It can sometimes be as expensive as just renting an apartment. Well, Andrew, of course Jasmine's gonna care about it. She's just not gonna say anything to him because Richard is so wound up there. He's ready to explode, pop like a bubble there. I don't want my cousin doing that, but it's just it's a touchy situation. I'm gonna stay out of that whole thing. Maybe. Dirk, neither one of them are going to win, and neither one of them are ever going to compete again. Lenny's not going to compete anymore. I don't think Jason's going to compete. She only married Vegan Gains for citizenship. I can understand that for the USA, but citizenship in a shithole like Canada? Ugh. I wouldn't want citizenship in Canada. Don't get me wrong, folks. If you're Canadian, you're used to the environment. But as an American, I would choke on the gas fumes of Trudeau and the rest of his bums. Yeah, Mark is looking good. It remains to be seen as far as to whether he's going to win a show or not. That's just the thing. He's going to be competing against some very heavy hitters. Honestly, given it depends on which part of Europe is in place. That's just the whole thing. I don't know why she would go from. She said she lived in Belgium. Why would you go from Belgium to Canada? It doesn't make any bit of sense. Actually, I honestly thought she was from Finland first. And then, of course, the name Jasmine. Jasmine is a black woman's name, so it's kind of interesting. Jasmine is a black woman Arab type name there. After the name Jasmine Rice, in other words. That's where the name comes from. Yeah, I know. It had to. I mean, they had to have been in some sort of love at one time. I guess maybe they're still in love or so. I would doubt that she would just move to Canada for citizenship. There, I wouldn't. No, I've not tried the Rock's tequila as of yet. Like I said, it just came out, Andrew. So I'll see what everybody else says about it. Unless I know who's bottling it, I would then have a good idea as far as to how well the tequila is. But a lot of celebrities are now getting into the alcohol business because it's pretty easy. I mean, they're not actually making the alcohol, they're just slapping their name on it. And that's all they're doing. And some of that alcohol is pretty cheaply made, so, I'll be honest with you, Andrew. I don't have high hopes for the tequila. I really don't. But we shall see. Hello, Lamar. How's it going there? Yeah, the thing was erroring out a bit on the notifications. That's probably because I was running those tests on the live stream, so that happens. I don't drink, but my brother-in-law got it and decided to take a shot with them, and it's not bad at all. And I saw that's the highest. Okay, I'm sure someone will give me a swig of it eventually, there, Andrew. But you have to remember, I'm very discriminating on tequila. Tequila is not something I keep in my bar anyway, so uh, like I said, I'm pretty particular on my tequila, just like any other hard liquors. Richard's not eligible to join the Navy. Not with all the psychological issues. He can't join the Navy. Hey Lamar, like I say, your channel's going good. One thing you do want to do, I know you're doing all live streams. You should do some offline videos so it'll show up in your regular video section. Those are a lot easier to do. You just do the same thing, except you don't live stream it, you just record it. So you do want to have some recorded videos, so that'll give you a little bit of variety as far as your channel's concerned. Because all you got is live streams right now. So if you'll notice, if you go on your main page, it's not going to show any videos. You got to click on lives. So it gives people the impression that you're not making any videos. So just make some offline videos and just record them and then post them up. JC, they're not gonna depart state there. Don't worry about that. The country seems to be worried about the debt crisis and stuff like that as far as signing that bill's concerned. But you're perfectly safe. Well, Justin, he has mental issues. They have to give a medical evaluation. There's no way Richard's going to pass something like that. Lord knows, would you want him with a gun in his hand there, Justin? I mean, seriously. Also, I should have fun. Okay. Good deal. You just want to make sure you had a mix of it. It's just the last time. I think I checked a little earlier that you didn't, but if you got that going, that's good. CC's a vodka and a pint of Budweiser. That's a good deal there. I would say that they're boycotting Bud Light, but now they're boycotting Coors. Why are they, folks? Do y'all know why they're boycotting Coors? Did they have some other? Now they're trying to boycott Target. Now they got North Face. They got Jack Daniels. Why are all these American companies being targeted there? It's kind of weird. Someone's definitely trying to manipulate the stock market or something. I mean, I still don't drink Bud. I've never drunk Bud. I think it's a Bud for someone like me that likes hard liquor. I don't like anything with a low alcohol content. Hey, John, how you doing there tonight? Hope you're all well and everything. But thanks for popping in here. So, Lamar, he's not going to listen. He isn't going to listen at all. Well, Miller Lite's made by Coors. I mean, they seem to be boycotting everything these days. I don't get it. Oh, yeah, Lamar's got a good gaming channel going there. And once it gets monetized, it'll pay a lot more than this channel or any other comedy channel. Yeah, of course he went down. Like, John, that's why I made that video. You know, how long is he going to stay? Not too long, you know? That was real stupid of him. Because someone's reporting him. You know, John, someone is reporting him. He can't get away with it, you know? I don't even know why he, I don't know why he even tried doing that. But it's kind of, I feel kind of bad for him. But yeah, someone's reporting him. Someone that pissed him off there, so forth. It could be Chickarello. It could be Derek from More Plates, More Dates. It could be anyone. But it goes to show he better not try it again. He got taken down pretty quick, too, so. Well, I've never been much of a beer person unless I got a burger or so. I mean, they used to have a Cheeseburgers in Paradise restaurant, you know. That's the only time I'll really have a beer. I can't have a burger and fries without a beer, you know. Or if I'm on the beach or something like that, you know. Do I like semi-skim milk? I used to drink that a long time ago, but I actually stopped. I don't drink milk anymore. I've not drunk milk in like maybe 15 years. And part of the reason is whenever I was competing, I was taking whey protein, which is practically the same thing. So if I'm going to take anything, I'll have whey protein with my cornflakes. Muscle Discord, I figured. But, you know, John, I think someone in particular that he pissed off, you know, like I said, it could be anything. Sorry about those alarms going off, folks. My ex-husband's website I put for sale is coming to an end pretty soon. And it's going to sell, that's for sure. It's probably not going to sell for what I wanted it for, but as long as it's out of my hair, it's fine. So I have over two. That's a lot of games here. James, my most common thing is I think it's just summertime. In a general state, he's a bear, so you know he's coming out of hibernation. You know, but he'll eventually eat a whole bunch of berries and fish near the river, and he'll just plop back up. Mm. Rather be nameless. That pill is going to be junk. Always these magic pills and potions and stuff. It's diet and cardio. That's all you need. For me, steroids. Hey, Zach, how you doing tonight? We are back on the computer. Oh, by the way, folks, thank Pugman for the router. Because as you can tell, stream's going good because of the new router. It's not really, it's moving actually slower than my home internet, but it's a lot more steady, which is what I wanted, so. But right now I'm streaming at 720. So actually, I should be able to game, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's John Bravo. That's him. Is it safer to go to the bars during the day at night? it doesn't really matter, Chad. If you go out to the bars at night and you're too drunk, just get an Uber or something. And believe me, I will get an Uber, and I'll come back the next day for my vehicle. Because I'm not going to get a freaking DUI, folks. If he ran a pawn shop and didn't tell stories on his channel, I'd be Well, if you're running a pawn, it'd be hard to run a pawn shop on a channel, but the way things are going, I'm going to be doing a lot less videos on YouTube, that's for sure. I'm thinking about heading over to Rumble as well, or auto posting also to other channels my videos. Do I like chili cheese fries? If I go to the fair, I'll have them. But I'm cool with chili cheese fries. It's not something I eat often or so forth, but I do like them when I do eat them. No, that's not a troll. That's really John Bravo. I'm drinking a gin and tonic, Naval Strength, and coffee. And because of the high pollen season, no cigar, folks. It's going to be pretty rare that I'll be smoking a cigar during the week. It'll be just little tiny cigarettos for the most part. Well, I just need to put my... Rumble's is making traction. They're not really paying much of anything, but I just need to spread out the channel a little bit more, so... Do you know that they automatically flag my account? I mean, they limit my videos the minute I actually start them. They don't even wait until the channel actually ends. It's kind of weird. All right, John. I'm going to be up all night getting bids and stuff, so thank goodness this thing is coming to an end. Have a good night. John Bravo, folks. Oh yeah, definitely me and John will collab. I mean, will if we collab, it'll probably end up being on RX Muscle. Oh, absolutely. I was definitely a fan of Tina Turner. Yeah, I grew up with her. My mama always play a little Tina Turner, That and Aretha Franklin. Chad, John's already left. Hey, Pugman, how you doing tonight? I was telling them the thank you for the router there, so. Now we got a nice clean stream. And believe me, we definitely needed that, so. Because I was beginning to hate doing live streams on the phone. Because it doesn't show any of the graphics or anything. Well, Nameless, all of us are old. They're in their 60s and stuff. I mean, well, Dave is almost 60. What are my thoughts on Feature Man? I've heard that name before. Feature Man, who is that? God oh mercy. I'm sure you're not. That's right. That's the financial guru, but I'm sure you're talking about another Feature Man. I haven't watched this channel in years. He has a pretty old website, but you obviously are talking about another Feature Man because that's some real old school stuff. Well, get her done there. 280. You are correct. 280 is bit here. Athens, your comments are not getting banned. I've not seen any comments that are flagged. Unless YouTube's automatically doing it, so. Oh, Dave had to go back to the hospital. He had some sort of infection. I just told him to hang in there. Yeah, people are getting a lot snippy on YouTube as far as their live streams are concerned. In some ways, I can't really blame them, Zach. It's bad on YouTube. Very bad. See, the difference with me is whenever I do a live stream, I'm going to be hanging out anyway, so I can do a live stream at any point in time. But a lot of people, 99% of the people that do live streams, Zach, they do it. It's a for-profit business here. And it used to make a lot of money, and now, it doesn't. So for most people. I don't go to dating sites or Chad, so I couldn't really answer that. Does it seem like a long time? Yes, absolutely. It does seem like a long time ago. I think part of the reason is because of cell phones. And you were talking about something pre-Facebook, so a lot of things change in a course of 16 years. Well, KCB, they take about 70%. That's why I use the tip link for donations. But YouTube's about to try to put a kibosh on that too. Justin, I'll probably be on Rumble pretty soon. I'll definitely start unloading up my original uncensored content that I used to have back in the day. Lamar, you just have to have a balance on it, but, as you get older, you don't want to keep so much weight on. Trust me. It's not just the economic situation, Zach. It's just the nature of the beast these days. People have less disposable income. YouTube is taking more. Hey, look what happened. If I had stayed at Verizon and moved just to keep my job, I would have been out of my job by June the 7th. It's bad out there, That's why I'm trying to sell these websites and trying to do other things before I go back to the market. That's what all of y'all need to do. Y'all need to go get a side hustle, Did I ever collect anything? Just books. I spent most of my money on a computer, on computer and computer software. I didn't know they already banned your account before. Why did they ban it for, Athens? Everybody's trying to get into people's pockets here. Do I like Lamar? I don't watch those two too much there, Zach. I have specific channels that I actually keep up there, but, the thing about it is if I have too many people on a channel, it's hard for me to scroll through what someone's doing, Right now, I'm subscribed to maybe like 140 different people, Well, everything isn't too expensive. It's just everything that people want is too expensive, Rice and eggs and oatmeal are still cheap, Coffee is still cheap. I mean, a cup of coffee here is still 7 cents. I mean, if you get into the habit of budgeting, you automatically do it in your head as far as to how much money you need to spend every month. I remember when Goldberg picked up the Giant. I mean, the TV almost blew up in volume, and I had it way down. Why would you have been out? My old accounts. I'm not sure. Yeah, gas is well. Gas really isn't. It's just it's back to normal if you can call it that. It's gonna go up this weekend, so y'all need. It's already gone up because gas companies know that people are gonna be traveling for Memorial Day. James, never shop at a dollar store. You're actually wasting money. You know, some of the stuff at the dollar store you can get cheaper at Walmart. And you have to remember anything that you get from a dollar store is of low quality. So, do I own a cordless vacuum? No. Uh, my vacuums have cords on them, so and a Dyson's pretty expensive. I don't have much carpet to vacuum anyway, so I do have a carpet shampooer, you know. No, I'm not gonna have any big party on Memorial Day. I'll probably just be building more websites. I'm building a lot of websites, Andrew. And what I'm doing is I'm duplicating them, and then all I need to do is find websites, and I'll just keep selling them. That's what I'm doing now since YouTube's basically killing everything, as well as, you know, you're right, things are getting a lot more expensive. So I just have to get everything diversified before I go back to work, which is the main goal. So I can't believe I actually went back to being a web designer of all things. I mean, I've not been a web designer since the late 90s, folks. But it's an excellent opportunity because people are wanting their side hustles, and I'm building side hustles, folks. Literally. Well, the best store, Ice Monkey, is the Goodwill. That's where I get my glasses and stuff. Any type of glassware or so forth, if you go to the Goodwill, you can get it super cheap, you know. And all you got to do is throw it into a dishwasher and it's perfectly good. I don't have much carpet to vacuum. All I need is a carpet. Just got my shampooer or my carpet deep cleaner that I got from Aldi for like 99 bucks, and I got my regular vacuum and I'm fine. I do need another steamer though, because I like using steam in order to clean my home. Would I be angry? Well, I don't really have a neighbor anymore. But yeah, I would get irritated if the grass didn't get cut. Thoughts on Big Lenny dating a tan? There goes the neighborhood. I'm joking. As long as he has someone that I think everybody needs companionship, Athens. Nobody wants to be alone in this world, so all I can do is wish him luck on that. Homesteading is pretty difficult there, Justin. Just make sure you study up on what you need to do in order to do that. Never heard of a hobby town. Are you referring to Hobby Lobby there, Andrew? I don't go to Hobby Lobby because I'm not a craft. There's not anything I need there as far as crafts. Unless I was like an artist or so forth, I would go to Hobby Lobby. But I've never heard of Hobby Town. Quick Pump, I'm building websites. I'm building generic websites. I'm building different types here. I'm building mortgage websites and I'm selling them, you know, generic ones. I'm buying expired domains and I'm just creating whatever website up there and enhancing it. Yeah, I can change the oil and filter on my vehicle, James. With the exception of my Mercedes. I used to change the oil on my Ford Taurus, but at this point, I just have someone else change it because even with me doing it by myself, it's still going to cost. It costs enough money to where it ain't worth it, you know. Plus, it's not something you do often anyway. What is a solid investment? Books, knowledge, education. But if you're talking about finance, it really depends on your skills. So your best investment is your ability and skills. So if you are an artist, paint. If you are a carpenter, saw. If you are a roofer, roof. The best investment you have is in yourself and your skills. You know, don't go and do something for money that you're not adapted to or don't have the aptitude or the attitude for. You know, that's the best investment. You got to play to your talents. Like for example, LeBron James is a great basketball player, but I don't think he would work well in a customer service call center. You know what I mean? James, it's not going to do him any good. He's just going about everything wrong until he actually takes steps to actually better himself. He could start by stop looking at orc porn. Did I have a lot of hot female teachers in high school? Yeah, I had ones that dressed up really well. But you have to remember, I went to Irwin High, so there was strict dress codes. There was no mini skirts. Everyone had their dresses to their ankles or everything. Nobody was wearing a mini skirt. At least the teachers weren't. I've seen some of the video, Athens. I've been busy all day fielding bids and on my auctions and stuff. But I'll check it out in full probably tomorrow because I'm going to be up all night anyway. So I got plenty of time to munch down on content. $600 for an oil change. I only spend like 120 on an oil change on my bins. So he must be taking it to the actual dealership. If you take it to the dealership, then yeah, it'd be about $600. Andy, there's plenty of fast food places that deliver, but the only thing I have delivered to my home is stuff from Walmart. I prefer cooking my own food than having fast food. Or if I go out to eat, it's going to be at a nice restaurant. What's orc porn? Weird stuff. Very weird.
Hello, Mr. Goodrum. Just got off work and tuning in. Love the show. Time to drink. Cheers to you.
OG 420 Jr. with a $5 donation. Always feels good to get off work there, that's for sure. You get some good rest there. Have a beer on have a beer on me or so forth, or some liquor. Yeah, Clyde A. Irwin High. That's where I went to school. Not Irvin, Irwin. Erwin. I think, yeah. For the most part, it was a farming school. Funny thing about Irwin, they had their mascot was we had a Irwin High Warrior, Willie the Warrior. and a lot of the it got canceled back in the mid '90s or early '90s actually. It was a bad mascot there. It was kind of a, I would say, a racist looking mascot. Mascot never bothered me, but then whenever the controversy came out and they were signing petitions to keep him, I took a hard look at it and I'm like, man, that is one racist looking mascot, you know. One time me and my friends, as a joke, we paper machéed a slong on the Irwin High Warrior. See, at Clyde A. Irwin, they have like a giant statue. So we went at nighttime and we paper machéed a ding dong on it. You know, good old classic high school Animal House fun, folks. Here's a fact. So I'm sure there's kids these days. I'm not sure if anyone's put paper macheing dongs on a warrior, but that was some fun stuff. Do I think Max is a stupid name? It's an old name. I don't think parents name their kids Max anymore, I've not ran into any kids named Max. Most of them are named well, just weird names these days. They're just making up stuff nowadays. So, am I still popping them season pills? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I mean, I'm doing shots of test, so a lot more easier these days. Is it true that if a person lives in the corner house of a very busy intersection filled with businesses, there's a bigger chance that someone will crash in an open area than in a business intersection? The reason being is when you're out on these off roads, if you hit the grass, you're going to be sliding practically everywhere. So I think it's even Stevens on a vehicle crashing into a house. It's rare that it happens, but it does happen. Just depends on how drunk someone is. What's the bid for the Well of Mimir? It's 1,050 currently. The reserve has been made, so it'll really pick up the last couple of hours. So I'm surprised I got a reserve bid that early. So that was like 20 days ago. I wasn't even expecting that. Yeah, you can't get away with that stuff anymore, Athens. That's another thing about YouTube. I can't do none of my really good stuff there where y'all remember me calling Jasmine a whore and stuff like that and screwing with other people with yay for pay. We're just losing a lot of fun around here. It's like if I even pee in the wrong direction there, YouTube will be on my butt, And they've been punishing me a lot lately, so. Do I like Orange Julius drinks? Oh, I've not had one of those in a while. Yeah, I like those. Most kids are, yeah, I know. I mean, they're just making up names. And in the black community, I mean, they're naming their kids like Sharkeisha. I'm like, what is a Sharkeisha anyway? That's not even an African name. They're just making up stuff, And, the thing about a name is your name goes with you for the rest of your life. And whenever you get named, you should be named after your father or your mother's uncle or something. You see, me, I was named after the mayor of Seaboard back in 1950, Fitty. My mom's favorite teacher's name was Melvin. That's how I got my name, you know. He was the mayor. He ended up being the mayor of Seaboard, you know. That's how I got my name. They're just making up names with there's no backstory behind it. That's what I really hate. Why does Richard twerk? He's got to make money, you know. I've not kept up with Dale lately. I'll be the first to admit I've not seen any of his videos in a week. If it's Sick and Piss posted, then I'll check it out. What are the worst days of the year for drunks? There's no worst days, Zach. It's just the worst. The worst time for a drunk is someone that drinks alone. And you should never drink alone there, Zach. Never. Or try not to. Andrew, I listen to heavy metal whenever I'm working out. But yeah, I used to watch the Headbangers Ball on MTV. Good stuff. Yeah, we did a lot of other things with the mascot too. I mean, we painted it and stuff. I mean, but I think the paper mache dong was that was cool. So I don't drink alone there. Like I said, usually whenever I drink, I'm at the Swordfish. Folks, whenever I'm not on this channel or anything like that, I rarely drink unless I'm out there, you know. Most days of the week, I don't drink. So I was drinking a bunch when I worked at Verizon, but, you know, I'm pretty much cutting back to my time before I worked at Verizon. Does Rich have enough money to move? Maybe. How many genders? There's only 2 genders. I don't care what anyone says there. You know, I had a good science teacher. I had a good biology teacher. I'm not going to insult their lessons there, you know. There's only 2 fucking genders. Am I a goth? No, I'm not a goth. Jonas versus Gummy. No thoughts on that. Do I like Seven Dust? What is Seven Dust? I've never heard of that. Must be a live streamer or so forth. The only Seven Dust is a bug killer. Yeah, like I said, if I don't know someone, I don't know someone. I mean, it's a bug. I know you're not talking about a bud killer. It must be it could be a rock. There's a rock band named Seven Dust, I think. But I didn't really ever listen to their music. Yeah, I've watched all the Flex. Yeah, I've watched those Chevy Chase movies. I think everyone in the 80s. Any Chevy Chase movie I've pretty much watched. My favorite Chevy Chase movie was Funny Farm, actually. Funny Farm was awesome. Oh, that's nice, Joel. You'll eventually... You do need to come down from the roof, though. So. Do I have a shrine? No, I don't have no shrine. Do I think some employees are getting out at work and offices regardless as to how discreet? There's always going to be office relationships there, Zach, but now that people are working at home, most people are getting sucked under their desk, you know, while they're doing their Zoom calls. Well, Andy, no, if I'm doing a live stream, I'm drinking in front of all you guys, so. But outside the live stream, I don't drink, really. I will have a cigar, one of the little cigarettos, but drinking, mm-mm. Any day that I'm not doing a live stream or I'm at the Swordfish, I'm really not drinking. Yeah, I'm a lot bigger than Blaha muscle wise. Probably stronger too. That's all because of genetics there, James. Jason really doesn't have really good genetics. I don't ban anyone there, Andrew. The only people I ban is spammers, which they're not trolls or anything. They're just trying to sell their sex stuff. I don't want people going to a sex website. Cuban just needs to quit messing with everyone. Well, Andrew, I'm glad you brought up the sucky thing. I can tell you this right now. There was a lot of gay sex going on at the Verizon building. You see, Verizon was a large building and it had an unusually large number of bathrooms. So a lot of people were getting sucked off there. Some people were bringing women in the bathrooms and screwing them. The place was a sex dungeon, literally. So sometimes, I walk past the bathroom. Sometimes when I gotta go take a pee, and when I hear the noise of pounding or I decide to go to the next bathroom. I ain't trying to fool with that. But yeah, there was a lot of hanky-panky, gay sex, straight sex, midget sex at the Verizon building. And I'm not freaking joking neither. I really am not. They can't do that no more now that the building's closed. Now they've fired practically all of customer service. Relocated it overseas. Do I think some people are genetically inclined to be obese? No. How many fat people do you see in Africa? It's all about diet, Zach. There's no... People are genetically inclined to be muscular and bigger, but not to be super obese. We're the fattest country in the world. We got fat pockets of money, and we just eat a lot of food, Plus, we're one of the few countries that eat more meat than most other countries like India, most Arab countries. They don't eat as much meat as we do. Well, Justin, bathhouses are not gay inherently. Bathhouses are not gay inherently unless you go to an actual gay bathhouse. A bathhouse itself or a Turkish bath is more or less a gentleman type place here. So don't think of bathhouses as being gay. There's specific gay bathhouses, but most bathhouses were just generally a place where you did business, not doing oral business, but talking about it's pretty much like a corporate place to hang out. No different than people going out to golf in a strip club. So you just have to be very mindful of bathhouses. I mean, I've been to a bathhouse there. I did some business there, but this wasn't no gay bathhouse or anything like that. Just regular people was in there. Man, they had a steam room too, and place you can get a massage and stuff. Not many bathhouses anymore. It's probably because they have the indication of them being gay. It's just one of those outdated things. There is a Turkish bath about 20 miles away from me. Yeah, Pugman. They use an India call center and then they use another one in Canada, but they're getting rid of the one in Canada. Pretty much the entire customer service call center is being relocated to India at this point in time. So if I didn't get let go from Verizon, I would have been out of a job anyway in 8 months. So I'm glad I didn't move. Although I am shopping for a house right now, but that's for other reasons. But yes, they use an India call center. Probably by the end of the year, all of customer service is going to be through an India call center. I kid you not. They're just relocating everybody. But good question. Yeah, a lot of my friends contacted me to let me know what happened there. So yeah, they'll get a severance package, but they're only going to get 2 weeks for every year that they worked. Nothing else. It's the same thing I got at Alltel whenever I got laid off. Joel, you're a little off on those numbers, actually. It's a lot more than $5 billion. Way more. And when I say way more, I mean it's way more money than just $5 billion. I think we're at 20 to 30 billion at this point. What certain health problems? I would say the biggest thing would be handicapped. For example, mental issues, medicines, and stuff. Those are going to be the most common items. But even with all that being said, there's always going to be a mechanism to where you can keep your weight down. There's no bathhouses in jail, Justin. The U.S. Health Service doesn't suck. It only sucks for people who decide they don't get insurance or take care of themselves. That's why I try to take supplements and vitamins so I can limit my stay in any type of hospital or anything. But I've never spent overnight in a hospital, thank goodness. So I've just, for the most part, had minor issues. Well, nameless, that too. We're a fat country. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with bathhouses, You're going to have ones that are specifically marked as gay bathhouses, but like I said, it's like a 70s thing. The only thing that's really left around is just the original Turkish bath, but no actual bathhouses anymore. It's just, it just went out of style a long time ago, in other words. There's a lot there. Even though my gym has a racquetball court, you're not going to find racquetball courts in gyms anymore. And a racquetball court was pretty common back in the day in a lot of gyms. So it's just a sign of the times. Yeah, nameless. Some of them actually work at our call center, and then they go home and then they go and scam people. So so they have a double job, They actually help customers, and then at the same time they go and scam customers. So well, their dispute is all about them both running for office. They want to win, Each other wants to win, but DeSantis has no... Trump's going to beat DeSantis. DeSantis wants to be Trump, but there's only one Trump, His campaign got off to a rocky start. You see, the problem with DeSantis is he has the wrong idea as far as what a Trump supporter really is, Trump supporters like a piss trooper, sort of, because it's people that are sick and tired of the general standard, and I can't really blame them, People are tired of the standard quo at Athens. That's why people voted for Trump, Trump wasn't a politician. He's and stuff. People are getting tired of the status quo, and the problem with DeSantis is a politician. He's an elected official. Not only that, he his bans on just about everything, he literally kills his votes. I mean, it works well in Florida, but everywhere else, you know. DeSantis has no chance against Trump. Trump is the man, you know. Trump is going to smoke him. He's not going to win the nomination. If DeSantis even so much as wins the nomination, it automatically hands Joe Biden a victory. DeSantis is way too volatile. Trump can beat Biden, you know, at this point in time, because people have had 4 years of Biden and look what's happened, you know. I just have to call it when I see it, you know. DeSantis is pissing off a lot of people, and he's pissing off a lot of Trump supporters, you know. Trump supporters are not going to turn their back on Trump, you know. And that's what DeSantis is trying to hope for. He's trying to be Trump 2.0. He ain't 2.0. There's only one Donald Trump, you know. You can't Trump the Trump, you know. Look, Justin, rape isn't funny unless you're raping a clown. Well, truth one, what I was mentioning is racquetball courts in gyms are getting kind of rare. It's rare that a newly built gym is going to have a racquetball court. And they're definitely not going to have bathhouses, whereas bathhouses would be common at a gym, where it used to be. Truth one, I have no idea as far as to who I'm voting for. Definitely not going to vote for Biden again, you know, unless a really big turd actually pops up. He's more than just a head, KCB. You know, like I said before, DeSantis is trying to be Trump. He can't be Trump because he's not Trump, you know. No, DeSantis isn't gay. He did get married at Disneyland, you know, the same company that he's trying to. And that's another thing. Businesses are scared of DeSantis, especially after going after Disney World, you know. And Trump's a lot smarter than DeSantis anyway. Yeah, Trump messed with my money and he stole, but, you know, I got to call it as I see it, you know. People have had enough of Joe Biden, and Lord knows if something happens to him and Kamala, oh God, I don't even want to think about that. Kamala Harris is unelectable under any circumstances. She's not electable. I mean, you'd be better off trying to vote in Elizabeth Warren than Kamala Harris. And folks, you know why Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris in order to get the black vote, you know. Oh, God, no. Stack, no, none of those people. They're too far left, you know. DeSantis is far right, you know. Chad, it's going to go to the person who bids the highest, you know. It'll be gone in 15 hours, you know. I do have another website up for sale. Right now it's hanging at $75. So far I'll end up making about $20 on it, but there's still plenty of days left. Is Trump my favorite? No, because I got messed up with the Trump network. But one thing about Trump, other than that, if it wasn't for that, I'd probably, you know, I'd be all right with Trump. I still got plenty of his books. I got his book, Why You Want to Be Rich, and I have The Art of the Deal as well. So I still have all of Trump's books. So, and Trump's books are awesome. You can learn a lot from The Art of the Deal. People need to know how to do business in life. Yeah, The Art of the Deal, it's a good book. DeSantis has no idea what liberty is, you know. Especially the schools. The problem is that when you go and ban Maya Angelou's poetry, you know that's extremely volatile. Why in the world would you ban poems? You know, who does that? You know. What do I think of Richard having a kid? He's never he had a vasectomy. He can't have a kid. He doesn't even like kids. He wants to stomp them into blood and pulp. I don't know who Trump's running mate's going to be. It definitely ain't going to be. He will need a new running mate, I guess. Woo, boy. He doesn't smash babies, James. He just talks about smashing babies. But yeah, that's one of his famous videos. You could still find it on YouTube. Athens, there's nothing wrong with Maya Angelou. And, you know, she was a proud gun owner, too. She was a huge believer in the Second Amendment, too, you know. She actually shot at one of her burglars. The thing about ethnic studies, it's an elective, you know. You can choose to take that, or you can choose to take auto shop. That's another thing. He needs to let the educators do the job. He needs to let doctors do the job. And Lord knows he needs to quit messing with the largest employer in the state, you know. The person that pays the most taxes. But none of the stuff that he does in Florida, it's something that's not going to fly across the country. That's why he's unelectable at this point in time. Richard just needs to go to an institution or at least take a vacation. He needs to take a vacation. It's not healthy for him to just be sitting in front of that computer practically every day and commenting on stuff for like 6 or 7 hours. Yeah, that was a wild video, Andrew, with whenever Jasmine broke up with him at first. Zach, that is possible that she can be Trump's VP pick. It's going to be an interesting election, but don't, you know, DeSantis can't be Trump. You know, there's only one Trump. No, he wasn't my grandpa, James. That was his grandpa. He's my third cousin, so we're not related in that way. He would have to be my first cousin in order for it to be my grandpa. Oh, God, no. No AOC. I ought to ban you for saying AOC for president there, Andrew. We ain't gonna sing Kumbaya neither. We're not in Africa. No sleepovers. Sleepovers are cookie cutter. Athens, he ain't gonna get nominated, you know. That's the thing, Lamar. He can't. I don't even know why he's even messing with Disney. Why in the world would you mess with the House of Mouse? Mickey Mouse this Mickey Mouse's first movie was Steamboat Willie. They're gonna drive a steamboat up his ass, you know. I mean, I know how some of you guys like DeSantis and everything like that. I used to like him until he started putting his fingers into all things. He scares me as someone that's not business friendly. That's the, as far as the school stuff, okay, fine, Want to take this out? Fine. When you go and start messing with businesses, yeah, then that's going to raise some eyebrows. You cannot mess with businesses, folks. Because when you mess with big businesses like that just for trivial things, then you're not going to get the donations. It's just not going to happen. And what's going to happen is Disney is going to shove a lot of money into the election for Trump and for other people. No, DeSantis is not attractive. Truth one, I'm too based. But yeah, Disney is not, Disney is not as big as most people think, but it's a very large company, and they set up the original deal in order for Disney to turn that swampland into some actual money. So that's why they have the special privileges, because they bring the money they went and invested millions upon millions of dollars. And back in the 50s, that translates to billions of dollars. So I would like Israel and Palestine to get along with each other. I got a whole bunch of Jewish friends, and stuff. I mean, I got probably more Jewish friends than black friends. I kid you not. But both Palestine and Israel, they need to work whatever it is out and stop shooting rockets at each other. Oh God, there's nothing wrong with Target. That stuff wasn't even sold in their regular stores. It was sold online and stuff. Who cares? I don't even go to Target anyway. Ted Cruz is an idiot. I stopped watching Rackpool for quite some time. I mean, his content is repetitive and stupid at this point. I can't even understand half of it anyway. I used to be able to, but he's just gotten real lazy with it. I didn't like that trick that Ted Cruz did. Texas had an ice storm and he's trying to head out to Cancun. I mean, that's kind of fucked up. Zach, he does have a slight resemblance to John Ritter. Definitely not him. John Ritter actually had some common sense. Have I ever dated a she-boy? You mean a transgender person? Yeah, I've dated one or two. Rand Paul, he could be Trump's running mate, but I would seriously doubt it. Trump's gonna get. He's gonna get an. He's going to get a. He's definitely. I think he's gonna get someone that's outside of being a politician. I don't think Ronald Reagan can win an election in this type of client. Chris Christie needs to lose weight, truth one. But like I said before, all of these controversies, I mean, first it was just Bud Light. Now it's Coors, so we now have no American beers. Then Jack Daniels, then Target, now North Face. And even they're beginning to get on Walmart too, of all things. Something is afoot, as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson used to say. Zach, sumo wrestlers weight trained. I mean, they were big, but there's a difference between big and muscular and just plain fat, you know. No bottoming, I toppy. Trump will get the right person, KCB, after he wins the nomination. I can't see anyone beating Trump. The only person that can beat Trump is Trump. Because everybody wants to be him. Everyone right now that's running for the nomination is trying to be Trump. That's not going to work. That is not the real Jason Blaha. For starters, he doesn't tune into my channel, and, you know. But I don't want to make this into a whole political type thing. I think they're just playing with the stocks. They're making everything pretty volatile. One thing's for sure, with all the volatility, somebody's obviously making money on it. Either that or it's some sort of distraction from the government picking your pocket. That's why some of you people need to take the red pill, folks. Just like my red shirt. Take a red pill. Stop going for that blue pill so much. I think it's all silly. I really do. I mean, the thing is, I never drunk Bud Light. I've rarely gone into Target. I don't know when's the last time I've even been in a Target. Maybe like a year ago or so. And that's only because it was the closest thing on the way home. The Target in my town is in Woodruff Road, and I try to stay off that road because it's just so busy, you know. It's like driving through New York City. Do I take growth hormone? I take steroids. I take testosterone shots. I don't take estrogen shots. Alex Jones is buried in wax. He owes like $1 billion. Psycho, I'm not allowed to own guns. So I own no guns. I would stay away from that baked, ready-to-eat chicken there, Zach. Cook your own chicken. I've always considered it as being suspect. I'm sure it's nice and juicy and everything like that. I just don't know where I just have to look at it this way. Anyone that sells a whole chicken for like $4.98, it gets me thinking. I can't see, if they were taking a price loss on it, that's one thing, possibly. But I would seriously doubt it. I mean, it's still a good deal, though. You get a whole chicken for like $5. James, that was John Bravo was here, but not Blaha. That wasn't even him. Well, Nameless, that's inflation for you. James, I'll get into that one of these days. I just can't own guns. Not allowed to own guns, folks. I think I've mentioned that before. I'm not allowed to own guns. Stop wasting space, fake Blaha. Pugman, do I have a K? Yeah, we got a bunch of KFCs around here, Pugman. Trying to catch everyone. I've never been a big fan of chicken pot pies. My mom used to fix those, but I just wasn't my thing. I don't eat at KFC, by the way, Pugman. Their food tastes kind of weird. I prefer, if I'm going to have fried chicken, I'll either make it myself, just like my mama used to do, or I will go to Bojangles. Or sometimes I will go to Church's. But I don't eat at KFC. Like I said, their food tastes kind of funny to me. It's almost like they don't even try anymore. I don't eat at Popeyes because it's all the way down in Easley in a direction that I don't even travel. Even with that said, again, I don't eat fried chicken, folks. That's something that I very rarely eat. I don't eat at Wingstop neither. I've eaten there before, but I've not eaten there in maybe like 7 or 8 years. No, I don't eat watermelon neither. It's got seeds in it. Did I get my money for the coin? No. That's family for you. I may eventually get it there, Pugman. I would prefer just having my coins. I would rather have my gold back. Still deciding on that as far as HGC is concerned, or HGH. Well, I eat grilled chicken. Chicken is cheap, I mean, if you go to Sam's Club, if you're willing to cut it up, you can get it for $2.19 a pound. But I grill my chicken, folks. I don't fry it. Oh, the money from the Special Olympics. They said they're going to send a check, actually. So we'll see about that. I just can't believe they filed $900 in fraudulent charges when it turned out to be them, even though I sent all the paperwork and they knew where I was shipping to. That really pissed me off. $900 is a lot of money. But they said they're going to send a check. I've not gotten nothing right now. But the detective that was working on the case said to call him back if I want to press charges. So I'm not going to press charges against the person that placed the order just yet. So I'm going to give him at least a week, Pugman, in order to pay me back my money. Oh, absolutely. I feel a whole lot better on TRT. A whole lot better. The only time HGH makes your head bigger is when you're overdoing it. In the right dosages, your head will still stay the same. But given the weight loss that I've already had and everything, as well as building muscle, I don't think it's going to really be necessary. Do I think the gonad a day... Zach, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to be more specific unless you misspelled something. No, Athens, I've not got back the money yet. So not only am I out my gold, I'm also out my money, $900. So what happened? Just in case you guys don't know the background, after I basically went and filed a police report for insurance purposes, and it turns out after they contacted Special Olympics, they found out that it was a legitimate order. So now insurance isn't going to cover it, so I'm now going to definitely have to get my money back from them. They're also going to pay the bank return fees, which is like $45. That's what I told them. They need to pay they need to pay the money plus another $45 as well. Well, he didn't order the scam. It was the Special Olympics, Athens. It was a real order, but they went and disputed it with the bank for some odd reason. They said they didn't know it was my company. I mean, I turned over all the paperwork, so they knew it was my company. It was B. Pugman, they went and spent it. Remember when I told you I was going to go find my gold? That was one thing, Pugman. If you hadn't mentioned the gold or anything, I probably wouldn't have checked it for at least a year or two. I know it's kind of funny, but the thing about me is if I'm not using anything, regardless as to whether it's anything of value, I'm not going to bother checking it out there. I just assumed it was always there. But yeah, I'm out my gold. I'm out that other money. But I know who, at least I know who took it now, there, Pugman. So, got to take care of that too. I may have to put an ass whooping on somebody, Not a Chris Jones fan. And if he's twerking to Staying Alive, at least he's twerking to a good song. I love the Bee Gees. I think there's only one Bee Gee left alive. Quick Pump, we actually, when I did my reactions video and did the live stream for 5 hours, we actually played and reacted to the Jason Blaha Exposed. If you go back and look at it, you'll see it. He probably is, because Scottie Pippen wrote me a bad check many years ago. And I actually called him. I'm like, Scotty, why in the world did you write me a bad check for? He's like, oh, my bad, I'm like, you need to pay me my money too, But yeah, he's not the only celebrity that's written me a bad check, Quick Pump. Al Green was an awesome singer. I loved Al Green. A lot of great singers back in the day. What did I say about the milk diet? As an adult, you shouldn't be really drinking milk. The thing you should be focusing on is making sure you get enough calcium in your diet. Or if you are going to drink milk, drink skim milk. Either that or have some whey protein. But no one should be drinking milk at this point in time. Milk makes my stomach growl. It gives me bowel movements. Well, James, now that I have the router, I will be doing much longer videos pretty soon. Mustard diet. These are fad diets that you're mentioning, James. Milk diet, mustard diet. They all have one thing in common. It's low calories, low caloric diets. So they're going to automatically work because you're getting less calories than what you need in order to maintain your weight. Yeah, you put on a Marvin Gaye song and you bring a date over, you're going to get some cheek that night. No joke. You're going to be slapping cheeks with Marvin Gaye. Thoughts on the basement scene of Pulp Fiction? Oh. Well, Quentin Tarantino has a sick mind. That's what my thoughts are on that. That was a horrible scene. Aaron never put him on any diet. That would have been Adam Harper. Anything that Aaron did, James Harper actually gave him. So the only coach Genova's ever really had was Harper. How much can I bench? I just do the standard 225 at this point for reps. I don't worry about how much I can bench. I mean, I'm 46 years old. There's no need. I got nothing to prove. Well, I did join the military at one point there, Zach. As far as whether someone else should join the military, that really all depends. I would just make sure you have the aptitude and have the understanding as far as to what's involved with joining the military. That's something you definitely have to take seriously. Tony, why should I post bench videos for? Like I said, if I'll be honest with you, if I was in my 30s or 20s, then yeah, I can do bench videos. But at the age of 46, I'm not going to be doing any ego lifting or anything like that. My bench presses at this point in time are not going to impress anyone. Skip LaCour never trained Genova. Debbie never did. Only Adam Harper. And I'm talking about real, legitimate coaching. Not giving advice there, James. Nah, I'm not going to call out Rackpool. I'm just going to let him run his channel as such. Are the Air Force members the ones with the least risk? Absolutely not. In fact, the Air Force can be quite a dangerous job. I mean, you can get sucked into a plane. For example, if you're working at one of those missile silos and you're in a war, you're more at risk for targets. There's no job in the military that's safe there, Zach. Every job in the military is dangerous. No different than law enforcement. Even a dispatcher's job has some level of danger. Oh, yeah, I forgot about P.J. Braun. I guess he could be considered as a coach. I mean, but Harper was Genova's best coach. Ian McCarthy, I would put him on the check mark as far as advice is concerned. Folks, we got about 15 minutes left. Get your questions in, or if you want to put some money in for donations, I would greatly appreciate that too. But yeah, the only real coach that Genova's had is Harper. Because the way I see Coach James is someone that actually truly worked to get him in shape. Do I watch girls softball? I don't watch girls softball, girls rollerblading, women's basketball, women's volleyball. I don't watch anything that has to do with a girl, you know. I don't even watch girls strip down to their naked at a strip club. I don't watch any women's sports. The closest I've ever watched as far as women's sports is concerned is the Bikini League when they were playing football in bikinis. That was cool, you know. Other than that, you know, women's basketball, Vince is tip $5. Hey, definitely appreciate that, man. Is Ian McCarthy? I don't know what he's doing there, Athens. I think he has a couple of mental issues too. I hope he gets himself better. Tyson was on the downswing of his career in comparison to Lennox Lewis. I think in his prime, Tyson would have destroyed Lewis. Lewis fought him at a time to where Tyson was having trouble there, where he wasn't training as much. I always like watching Big Lenny as well as all the other misfits. I don't think any of them are dull, you know. You'd have to describe what dull is. You also have to remember that there's a lot of content that we can't get away with on YouTube anymore. Not unless we want to end up like Trigilli. In about 20 years, they will exist, Zach. We got AIs and we got robots. They're going to put two and two together and we will have cyborgs. Ian is not going to college, Athens. He ain't going to go to no college. You can forget that. Who's going to pay for it? I mean, at one time, he was practically living in a homeless shelter. Well, I now have the capabilities of playing Diablo 4 now that I have a proper router. So we're going to see about some video games. I'll need to play some here and see how it goes. I mean, if I go down to Delray Beach, I wouldn't mind working out with them. But remember, folks, I'm 46 years old, so I'm not going to be doing any ego lifting. Like I said, my workouts are still intense, but they're nothing that's going to impress anyone. Literally. He does have rich parents, Athens, but there's only so much rich parents will do for someone. We'll see Lamar on the Diablo. But yeah, I'm aware of that he's from wealthy parents here. But like I said, they're not going to pay to most wealthy parents. They'll pay for treatment, but they're not going to pay for someone to continue with their addictions. No 5-hour stream tonight. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, everybody's too old to be doing ego lifts. No, I definitely can't outlift Lenny or Jay. Hey, Danny, how you doing there? Still plenty of time to ask questions. We still got 12 minutes left, so. But yeah, everyone in the Misfits are too old to be doing ego lifting, but they're still going to do it anyway. Just for show. You're dropping 100 bones. The game is like $100. Let's see. For Diablo 4. I mean, I played Diablo before the original one. Says Diablo 4 is going to be like $70. Unless you're trying to get it early or something. Would I run a... No, Andrew, no. I ought to ban you for saying that. Athens, Jay fell asleep most of the time. I wouldn't even count it as 8 hours. I gave you guys a 5 hour live stream and I actually stayed awake. So technically, my live stream was longer than Jay's. Think about that. Well, Danny, whenever I started doing my live streams, it was in September. But generally, I don't smoke much during the summertime because of all the pollen that's floating around. So there's only going to be a few days to where you'll actually see me smoking a cigar. So that'll if you see me smoking a cigar, it's on a live stream. It's going to be pretty. At this point in time, at least until probably August or September, it's going to be a rarity. You don't have to donate if you don't want to, Andrew. You're fine. I've never banned it. The only people I've banned is just actual spammers, actually. And that's it. But we no banny. Nope. Well, good for him, Andy. $1,000. Yeah, he's got a lot of dancing to do. Turn on my air cleaner. I got two air purifiers. I'm actually getting a third one, Pugman. Uh, the problem isn't really so much as in my house. It's just that also during the summertime, Pugman, I go out a lot more. So and since I don't like taking allergy medicine. You know, it's just I'll just have a little cigaretto because the thing about cigars is even when I'm inside, once I've been outside and I have all that pollen in me and stuff, it just makes cigars not an enjoyable experience. So I have extra purifiers in my house for the purpose of getting rid of that pollen. In fact, I just changed out my filter. But because of the pollen, I smoke a lot less. So everyone's now experiencing what I generally do in the summer. But good question. I do got air cleaners. I definitely have to have them. But once I head outside and hang out, woo boy. Once I get back in, I don't really feel like doing anything. I don't feel like inhaling anything. And the purpose of having a cigar, Pugman, is to enjoy myself. And if I have pollen all up in my lungs, then I'm not enjoying the cigar. Do I play any sports games? Right now, I'm not playing any video games at this point in time, which is now going to change. I'm going to run some tests and see where it is. Do I think pit bulls are a big liability? Any dog can be a liability, Zach, if you don't properly train them. Don't blame the dog, blame the human being that takes care of the dog. If you don't train your dog or take care of him, it's always going to be a liability. Even a dog like a beagle will bite the living shit out of you if you don't take care of him. A basset hound will leave teeth marks in you if you don't take care of him and you abuse him. Well, De Silva looks like I was right on my money as far as to how long Nick was going to be around, and they deleted it. This channel was only up for like 2 days, and then they killed it. Well, no, Andrew, I can't smoke inside the swordfish, and if I'm going to smoke, I would have to be outside. So I'm not going to definitely smoke any cigars outside. I'm not getting a bid at bidet, Lamar. It's just better just to take some constipation medicine. Either that or eat a big can of beans or oatmeal. Was Nick Trigili a good bodybuilder? Yes, he was a great bodybuilder. I mean, he became an IFBB pro. Anyone that became an IFBB pro is obviously a good bodybuilder. He just didn't have enough money to compete on the open circuit. That was his downfall. He didn't have the money to compete. It costs a lot of money to be an IFBB pro. It takes a lot of money. Do I get nicotine cravings? No. I don't have any type of addictive nature, Pugman, to where I need a cigar or anything like that. Like I said, there's even days to where I go without a cigar. The only time I only smoke cigars for the enjoyment of it, not for really the nicotine per se. So I can easily do without cigars. But cigars are relaxing. I mean, you just have to deal with it, drug money. Yes, sir. I saw some of it of Lenny's massage. I may do a video on that actually. But it'll be a nice video. I definitely don't smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes have a lot of chemicals in it. Cigars only have tobacco. At least the good ones do. There are cigars that do have chemicals in it. Lamar, the chances are is probably that Rumble doesn't have the resources as YouTube. I've seen this Rumble show, and you're exactly right. I have no explanation for it. Oh yeah, they got to do the soul poll. Am I drinking? Yeah, I had a gin and tonic, naval strength. All gone now. And I had a coffee too. I got to get back to work there, Andrew. Like I said, I got bids coming in on my website. Got to pay the bills, folks. Yes, I've smoked the black backwoods before. A backwoods is something I would smoke if I didn't have any cigars and I was traveling. Yeah, I would. If the WWE paid me $1 million, of course I'd be a pro wrestler. As long as they would accept my that I suck at wrestling. No, Nick had the impression that he was going to stay up there, but someone just keeps reporting him. Dip into savings. I mean, whenever I left Verizon because I didn't get any severance, I did have to dip into some of my savings. But I think the venture was well worth it, Pugman. It takes money to make money, I rarely drink beer, very rarely. Are you on the West Coast there, Pugman? Speaking of which, let's see where the bid is right now. I'll stick around for a few minutes here because I still got to be on this computer anyway. What the heck? Well, we're not done yet. I got to take care of some stuff, so I'm going to keep the live stream rolling while I'm working. Looks like I have a document to notarize and stuff. I don't try to be awesome, Zach. I just try to be informative. The biggest thing is this: I'm not going to ever tell anyone any lies. If I don't know something, I'm not going to try to make something up. I think the problem with a lot of live streams is that they have the expectation that they actually have to give an answer to everything. Me, if I don't know something, I don't know it. If you tell me about a channel and I've never watched it before, I'm going to tell you, I'm like, I don't know this person. I've never watched this channel. Or I've heard of him and I've never watched his channel. Or like I said, for Big Lenny, I've seen some of it, but I didn't see everything, but I'll check it out later on, and I will generally check it out, See, if you look at Richard's channel, he talks about having knowledge on everything. You can't know everything in life, You just can't. He thinks he has an idea about law enforcement when he's never worked in law enforcement. Talks about military, never been in the military, Now, he did work at the gym as a personal trainer, but he talks as though he's better. And he's, for someone to critique, people that are successful like Chris Bumstead and stuff, it's all whack. Really is. Let's see what we got here. That's where I named the Midnight Run from Pasta Goat. You're exactly you finally nailed it there. No one's ever asked me that until now. Yes, the Midnight Run is named after the Toonami thing. That's where I got the name from. You're the first person that actually caught that. But yeah, I named the Midnight Run after Toonami because I watched a lot. I watched Toonami for so long. But that's where I get the name Midnight Run from. Well, Lamar, focus more on the loss of fat. rather than just getting down to a specific weight. No, I'm going to be up here a little bit longer because I got to get some work done. And I figure I can also answer some questions while I'm taking care of this. So what I'm essentially doing right now is I'm updating a spreadsheet, actually, to load to my website, and then I got to do one more for the Well of Mimir, and that'll be the very last time I do an update. Well, actually, I'm not even going to do that at all, in fact. Zoomers. Well, I mean, I'm a Gen Xer, but Gen Z is now the de facto because a lot of them are beginning to turn 20 and everything. They're old enough to drink and smoke. Kind of amazing too. It really is. Nah, no bicep pose. We got to do a spreadsheet pose. This file sure is taking a while to load. I don't know what's going on with it. Gen Z can't be us. It never will be. Nope. I don't care. Let's see. Delete. Yep, that looks good. Quick Pump, Lenny does not have a license to do massages. But no, I wouldn't let him give me a massage. Well, Pasta Goat, retro gaming is awesome. It was only a matter of time before they would discover we got some really good games whenever I was growing up. So, I mean, a game is a game regardless of graphics. So, a lot of the Flash games look like 8-bit games anyway. Last time I did it, I lost like 1 pound or 2 pounds of muscle and the rest fat. Yeah, you'll need to make some adjustments, Lamar, but you got it. You don't have to worry about it. Richard Simmons was a highly successful exercise person. Out of the public, they sure could have used him during COVID. That's for sure. A lot of people are mad at him because he didn't help out during COVID, but I think he just got tired of the audience and crowd, and he's just huddled away. He's retired, in other words. I think that's a good thing because you shouldn't have to. It's like Rick Moranis. He needed to get a break from things and retire. At any point in time, folks, when you're all said and done, sometimes you just gotta ride off into the sunset, I think the one other thing about Richard Simmons is that In some cases, I think he feels that he's wasted his life, in other words, because he's not shacked up with anyone or so. I've never heard of him being in any type of relationship. I grew up with an Atari 7800 Pasta Goat. Not attracted to Trudeau. I absolutely hate him. Big giant liberal. Did blackface too. There's a lot of clothes I can't wear anymore, Lamar. Yeah, Bill Cosby will be on tour soon, but it won't last for too long because Bill Cosby is really up in age. All right, folks, I'm about done doing this database, so get your last questions in. We're going to close out the stream at 12:15. 12:15, folks. Hey, Susan. You're getting in pretty late there. Very late. Where am I from originally? I'm from Asheville, North Carolina. Have I ever done an arm wrestling contest? Not professionally, but I've arm wrestled before. Wasn't exactly great at it. It's probably because I have long arms. Perfect size and perfect weight. Probably I'd like to be at 220 or 210. Which I'm getting there now. But you know, your physique depends on what you like, Lamar. I can't tell you what you would like to do. I mean, me, I know my prime weight, and, you know, my biggest thing is more or less getting rid of the fat, you know, and what I estimate what I need to do in order to get to that right body size and fat level is about 220 to 210. I never liked Ninja Golf, but the thing about the 7800 is I got it for $70. My mom bought it for me. You know, it had it had pole position, but it also had four other games shrink wrapped. It had Miss Pac-Man, Exevius, Robotron 2084, and Galaga. So all four of those games were shrink wrapped, and then I had the pole position. So I had 5 games starting out in all for $70. So it was all gravy for me. Plus, I could play 2,600 games that I went and got at the flea market for real cheap. All right, database is loaded up for the night, folks. I don't think I have any customers. I think I've had a pretty good sales day for the most part. Yeah, I know. The 7800 had good classic games. It had the capability of playing games better than Nintendo, but there was two things that held back. It was the sound. They kept the sound chip the same as the 2600 for backwards compatibility, and they expected people to get those sound chips into the cartridges, which was expensive, obviously. And number two, the Nintendo licensing pretty much blocked anyone else. So there was a lot of games that they didn't have access to. Yep, 2600, and that means, yeah, I did grow up in the 80s. I mean, I was born in 1977 after all, so, yeah. I can't believe I'm this old now. It's kind of weird. Would I ever want to go in space? Sure. I would love to go in space, but I don't think I'll do that in my lifetime. What I would prefer to, Zach, is I would like to contribute to where we will be in the future. I think by 2300, space tourism will be big. We'll be traveling to other planets and everything like that. I mean, I could literally see the future, and while I won't be there, obviously, unless they put heads in a jar like on Futurama, I'll have the comfort knowing that at least I did something in this world in order to progress it, even if it's just doing live streams. But folks, it's 12:15. I want to thank Vince as well as everyone else that donated. OG420 Jr. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I may do another live stream this weekend. It really all depends. But the good thing is that the router is now working. We had a pretty good stream. I don't think I had any hiccups. But again, it is the great one, the VINCE. I'm tuning out, folks. And as always, peace and soul.